Alright guys, so here is our second project today, or maybe it's the first depending on what order you guys are watching these videos in, but this is something I've actually never done before. I don't usually do like Thanksgiving or turkey projects because I always kind of assume you do these things in your classes, but seems how we're all remote right now. I thought we could go ahead and have some fun with turkeys this week so that you guys have something cool and exciting to do while you're at home. And it gives me something cool and exciting to do while I am here alone at school. So what I did is I got together a whole bunch of scraps. I found one of every rainbow color, and then I found some browns and some tans, and then just a plain white piece of paper. So whatever you guys have at home, you can go ahead and use. If you don't have all these different color papers, one cool thing you guys can do, if you have paints, you can paint plain paper, you can paint newspaper, you can paint paper bags, all different colors, and then use those as your colored paper. You can also do the same thing with crayons or markers. So if you have like a box of crayons, you can color like different sections of a paper bag different colors, and then use that to cut out and make your project. So you don't have to have all this stuff to do this project. You just have to have a little bit of creativity. So which is exactly what I'm going to have today because, like I said, I've never done this before. I'm just kind of having fun as I go here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a turkey body out of this tan color. So I'm just going to take my pencil and I'm going to draw a nice big oval to be my turkey body. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that out with my scissors. If you have scissors, glue, all those things are going to be helpful today. And again, if you don't have all these supplies, maybe you don't have scissors, glue, paper, all that stuff, then you don't have to. You can go ahead and just watch this video for fun and then, you know, do the turkey in a different video. Like I said, I'm going to hopefully post 2, 3 or more different ways to do a turkey today. So if you don't have the supplies to do one, you should have the supplies to do at least one of the other ones, because the other ones basically will just require anything to draw with, and a piece of paper or something to draw on. You don't even honestly need paper. Okay, so there's my turkey body. Then I'm going to go ahead and make a turkey head. Yeah, make a turkey head out of this. I think that's big enough, right? Sure. Okay. So I'm just going to draw a nice big circle to be my turkey's head. Try and stay under the camera so you guys can see what I'm doing here. And if you have your own way of doing it, if you're like, Mrs. Bergman, I don't really want to do that, or you don't want to use the same colors I'm using, that's fine. Like I said, I'm just kind of inventing this as I go. So if you have your own way to do it, I am not going to be offended at all. Okay, so I'm just going to tuck this under here. I just cut this rectangle to be a neck, but it's way too long, so I'm going to kind of tuck it. I'll show you what I'm doing here. I'm going to just tuck it underneath the body so that it's a little shorter. Okay, so I put some glue on it, and I always put my glue on the pieces that I'm gluing, not on the paper, because if I put it on the paper, it's not necessarily where I want it to be, and then I don't like it as much. So yeah, I think I'm going to put the turkey neck right here. Then I've got my turkey head, and another tip I'm going to tell you guys about gluing is I always like to put the glue on the side with the pencil marks. I don't know if you guys can see my pencil marks, but my pencil marks are on this side, so I always put my glue on that same side, so when I glue it down, those pencil marks are hidden. Those are just some of my tips and tricks for making your project look as good as it possibly can. And now I don't want my turkey neck to look too long, so I'm going to kind of cover up part of it with my head. There, now I have a turkey head, neck, and body. And if you don't like that, you know, my body is tan and my neck is brown and my head is brown, you want it all to be the same, you go ahead. I am just kind of having fun here. So I think what I'm going to do next is take a little scrap of this orange, and I'm going to draw a beak. So I'm going to make my beak be like a triangle shape. I think is a good turkey beak. What do you guys think? Is that a good beak? It looks like it's about the right size. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. Hope you guys are all doing well at home. I miss you. It's way too quiet here all by myself, but at least we still get to do art together even if we're not in the same room, right? All right, so there we go. There's my little turkey beak. And then turkeys and chickens, they have these little red things that hang down called wattles. And so I've got some scrap of red here, and I'm gonna make like a teardrop shape. Can you guys see that? Oh, I'm off the page. Sorry about that. I'm out of the camera. I'm gonna do a little teardrop shape, and then I'm gonna cut that out. So lots of drawing, cutting, gluing. So this might be a little challenging for you if you're one of my younger artists watching, but I still challenge you to try it because you might have fun. I think it's fun, even when it's a little hard. There's my little turkey waddle. Hey, this isn't looking so bad, is it? Okay, so now I think what I'm gonna do is start working on the feathers. So I wanted to make my feathers rainbow because I did this rainbow drawing a minute ago, and I really like how that rainbow tail looks. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my scrap of red, and I am going to draw some kind of tricky shapes. So I'm gonna draw a rectangle shape, but on the end of my rectangle, I'm gonna make a rainbow line. Oops, a rainbow line. Okay, so instead of just like a straight rectangle, I'm gonna do a rainbow line. And if it's easier for you to like trace your finger, if you look, that kind of lines up almost perfect. So if you're having a hard time drawing this shape, I would suggest just tracing your finger, or maybe if you have a grown-up at home, because they have bigger fingers, tracing their fingers. And I bet you it would work out just fine like that. I think it'd probably turn out pretty cool. I'll try it on the orange just to show you how. Okay, so again, remember my tips and tricks for having neater, nicer projects is to put the glue on the piece that I'm gluing, not on my turkey picture, right? Because I don't want glue all over my turkey picture. I just want glue where I want glue. And notice I'm using this scrap so that I don't get glue all over my table and all over my paper. And I made my turkey feather a little long, so I'm gonna just tuck it under as much as I can. And I guess he's gonna just hang off the paper, which is fine. I think it's kind of cute that way. Okay, so now I have orange is the next color in the rainbow, and I'm going to show you guys the tracing technique with your finger that I just made up today. So I'm going to have this pencil, and I'm just going to trace around my finger, which I guess I didn't make this up. I guess kids have been kind of tracing around their hands to make turkeys forever, so it is what it is. Okay, and I'm going to take that, and I'm going to carefully cut around it. Like these, and I'm gonna see if this one's too long too. No, it's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so again, I'm gonna put some glue on it, like this, and then I'm gonna tuck it under, glue it on there, then repeat, right? And I'm gonna kind of fast forward here and skip a step and just cut without tracing. And glue. What color's next? Green. Use a scrap of green. Made a wider one, I think, on this one. because I don't think all the feathers have to be the exact same shape and size. I think it's a little fun if they're a little different. All right, green feather. More feathers next. I hope you said blue, because it's blue. And if you don't want to do rainbow feathers, like I said, hear me when I say you do not have to do it just like I did it. You can do it your own way. Make your turkey your way. Maybe you see part of this that looks like something you want to do, and then you have your own cool idea to do the rest of it, and that is just fine with me. That's what art is all about, right? Just learning new techniques and tricks, and then using those techniques and tricks to do your own art. Your art doesn't ever have to look just like mine. That would be so boring. All right. Ta-da! The last turkey feather. Okay, now I think the rest of my turkey I'm going to do with crayons. But if you want to keep going with paper, you can. If you want to do like legs and all of that with paper, with cut paper, because I still have lots of scraps here. You can see the rest of my scraps here. You can. Uh-oh, now my turkey turned rats. Okay.